Hi everyone. I have a question for you. When you have a big data set like this or bigger ones, how do you manage your informations? How do you extract the information which you want to see? Do you apply filter function, select the range, click filter, go to each item, click by buttons, find something, or apply advanced filter by using criterion range and so on? If not, do you apply specific function VLOOKUP offset directly in the cell? I believe that all these functions are pretty nice. However, it has certain limitation. Therefore, I searched ideal solution for it. Unfortunately, all informations are pretty similar. Therefore, I decided to build my own search function by using VBA. Let me show you my search function. Please go to main sheet. From row 10 afterwards are output information. Above ones are search conditions. Let's start with icon function. If you're clicking it, you can see date picker. Close it again. If you want to know deeper understanding on date picker, please watch this video. Then you are able to build your date picker as well. Let's go back. Let's test it with the start date. I will go to 1st of December. For end day, I will choose here, click search function. You can see all relevant information within these time ranges. December, January, informations are printing it. Click reset button, back to normal. I show another possibility. Click here, select 1st of January. Just clicking it without end date still it show all relevant information from selected start date. Unfortunately, our dataset is not always depending on dates. Let's testing that part. Click here. I just go here, adding one of the example. Press search button. Then you can see all earphone product related informations are printing it right there. If you click different function, for example, quantity, if you clicking it, of course, there's nothing. If you go for, then you can see all quantity related for are printing it. Well, there's 34, 44, 40 as well. I just want to see only quantity 4. Please go to search mode, select exact method, click search function again, then only quantity 4 are printing it. Of course, you can apply with time information as well. Click date picker, let's say select October 1st, click again. From after October 1st, all relevant informations are printing it. Click reset button, search mode become contain, which is default setting. In case of a date category, product is default setting. Now I want to show another search function, which is a quick search. Please go to here, click the arrow, then you can see predefined time ranges from today up to last 3 years. Let's go to previous week. Then you can see information within previous week. You can go previous month, which is December, go to previous quarter, October up to December. I believe this function saves a lot of time. Unfortunately, there's no link between the first search function and second search function. Click reset. The next part is, what if we have more information here? What if we change the order? Is it still working? The answer is yes. As an example, I will change the order between this and this. Please go to raw data. So I changed the order, customer review and reason. Let's go to main sheet. After changing the order, please click reset button. Let's check the data category first. Now you can see reason and customer reviews are different. Before was reason and customer review. I will just click one of the day and search. Now you can see we have a customer review first, reason comes next. In the same manner, you can reducing it, extended your date information. However, there's one important limitation, which is column B. This information is linked to the date picker. Therefore, date always stay in column B. Let's set again. This was a short introduction for my search function. Are you ready for build this search function? Then let's start it. Once open the practice file, it looks like this. In order to speed it up, I already prepare user interface like that. Before starting, let's look at which object is defined to which name. This is our current UI. The start day and end day will be called textbox1 and textbox2. For search bar, we call it textbox3. All these values are for VBA. The next part would be combo box. So in case of this one, we call it combo box 1 for data category. For this part will be combo box 2. This part here will be combo box 3. It means that we need 3 text boxes. Also, we need 3 combo boxes. Let's go back. When you click these combo boxes, you are not allowed to change the location or size and so on. However, you want to adjust size or location, please go to Developer tab. After that, please click Design Mode. Then you are allowed to select these combo boxes or text boxes as well. Also, you can see defined name in name box. Switch off again. The next part is I would like to show the structure of practice file. Please go to VBA editor, press Alt F11. Then you can go to VBA editor. If you click form, double clicking it, you are able to see date picker. In this tutorial, there's no action required for this part, so we can just close it here. Please click modules. There are 2 different modules are prepared already. Double click the first one. Inside, it has 2 subs, which is for search function. If you double click the second module, it has date picker related part, reset button. After reset sub, if you scroll down, you are able to see 3 populate combo boxes subs as well. The combo 1 is a selection for data category. The second one is for quick search. Third one will be search type. In case of a populate combo boxes, I already completed it. There's no action required for you. So let's go back to worksheet. So the idea is if you click something, something must be happen, right? And also here as well. One of the idea would be if click reset button, these 3 combo boxes will be populating it. Go back to VBA. In reset sub, as you can see, I already create some milestone comments here. In case of populate combo box 2 and 3, let's put it here. The way to do it is very simple. If looking at combo box 2, that will be this one, right? Copy the name, Control C, go back, come here, call, Control V, paste it, Control C again, Control V, change into 3, go here, Control V, change into 1. This means we are calling the below subs. Let's test it whether it's working or not. Go back, reset button. Then you can see something is changed. So now we have a container exec. Here we have no selection up to certain range. In this part, you can also see all these ID or data categories are available. Great, our 3 combo box population part are already done. Let's move on. Before starting actual coding, I would like to share overview. We saw these 2 modules. In case of a search function, we are going to have filter and display data sub. The other one will be filter by time range. In the other sub, which is supporting functions, In here, we are going to create reset function called reset input, 3 populated boxes. This is already done, so that's why I put different color. We will start with the filter and display data part first. Let's go back. Press Alt F11. Go to search function, double clicking it. Then we are already in filter and display data. In order to speed up, I already prepared variables names like that. In case of as variant, the reason why I use an array in this function, which will speed up the performance of searching function. As a first starting point, let's define our worksheet. We are going to have a main, reference, raw data. In case of explain one sheet, explain two sheets are only informations are there, no function. Therefore, if you want, you can also delete these two as well. Back to main sheet again. We can say set worksheet row equal to this worksheet, open bracket, raw data, and closed bracket. In the same manner, also we can creating main sheet as well. For example, if you want to change the name of the sheet, this part change to main into summary. Accordingly, this part also has to be changed. The next part is error handler, clean up previous result part, which gonna be main sheet. From row 10 and afterward, all existing data will be removed. Let's go back. Therefore, we defined our worksheet displays rows from row 10, and then this part representing until the end of the rows point clear content, which means that by this one sentence, we can clean up entire existing data. The next part, read input value from text box into variable. Let's define 3 new variables, text start, text end, text search. This part will be start date, end date, and search word. Now we are working on this part, right? Start with a text start equal to sheet 1, which is our main sheet, OLE object, text box 1, object, text. The meaning of this sentence is following. We are looking at worksheet number 1, which is main sheet. The second part, OLE object, representing active X controls, which means, go back. If you go here, there's an active X controls. This sentence allows to access these active X controls. In our case, is text box 1, which is a start date, and then this is object and text. After that, let's remove space between and after inserted word in text box 1. For that one, we need a trim function and also close the bracket here. In same manner, we can create text and text search. I will do it quickly. By using these 3 lines, we are able to read the input value from active X control into VBA now. In case of a text search, let's have a more prudent coding. So inside of a trim, I will put replace function, come here. At the end, we also put comma, space, comma, no space, close the bracket. Actually, we have to cut this one, put it here. We applied replace function for space. Let's add it in case sensitive. So L case, all inside part here will be not case sensitive. Close the bracket, and we have trims. First, replacing it. Second, L case, which is not case sensitive, and apply the trim at the end. Next part, we are going to convert this text start, text end into date value. In order to do that, we have to check the inputs are valid or not. So we apply if is data is a checking whether valid date input or not. Then our start date which is here date function, equal to cDate text start, which means that text start input will convert into date variable, else our start date going to be 0. By this one sentence, our input data change into date variables. In same manner, we can create end date as well. I will do it quickly. So it'll be like this. End date is end date and converting into this, otherwise 0. In case of error handler, I already completed it in order to speed up. Let's move on. The next part, let's talk about selected field from combo box 1, which is this one. We have to read the value from the selected field, right? Our selected field equal to combo box 1, apply trim function again, close the bracket here. The next part, error handler. If selected fields are empty, then please select one of the fields from drop-down menu. The next one will be search mode, which is contain or exact match. Go back to worksheet. There will be this part, right? Search mode equal to, like that, combo box 3, apply trim function, close the bracket. As a next step, let's add in one more error handler for search mode. If our search mode is empty, then our search mode become contain. It allows us our default setting become contain. Up to now, we complete the reading input from text boxes or combo boxes. Let's test it in whether it's really working or not. Please scroll up here. You can see gray bar here. Just go to here, click left-hand mouse button. You can create a black dot, which become a breakpoint when VBAs are running. Let's go back to sheet. I will give a dummy example in order to check whether it's working or not. 1st of January, end day going to be at the end of January. Data category going to be product. Search word going to be black. If I click search button here, automatically macro start. The yellow line representing the line is a stop here. If you press F8 button, it's moving to next line. However, the black dot, which is breakpoints, are still there. If you click one more breakdown button, the breakpoint is disappearing. If you press F8 button again, means the line has been read. If you put your cursor hovering on the specific text, this become an empty, end text is empty, search word empty. After reading 3 lines, let's see what happened. The first text start become 1st of January, and they going to be at the end of the January. Search word become a back. When you're looking at start date, this is like that at the moment, and they also like this. After converting, let's see how it works. Our start date become 1st of January, and they become at the end of January. So perfectly working. Error handler, we can go through quickly. The next part is data category. We choose product, right? At the moment is empty. After press F8, now you see our selected fields are product, which is correct value. The next part is the search mode. At the moment is empty. It has to be contained, right? Now it become contained. According to line-by-line debugging checking, our reading inputs are correctly implemented. Let's stop our debugging processes. Just go to upper here. You can see square called the reset button. Press it. The yellow line is disappearing, which means running macro is stopped. From here, we are going to deal with raw data reading part, which will be in this sheet, raw data sheet, we are going to read all information. I will put it up here and go to here. So our data set going to be from A until the end. We are going to have 245 rows. In case of a column, we are going to have total 15. Let's go back to VBA. Our goal will be reading all this information correctly. In the previous debugging exercise, we used selected field, which was product. We will extend this idea. Match index equal to application match, open bracket and close the bracket. Inside, we are looking for selected field, which is a product, comma, from this range, comma, 0, exact match. What is this part here? WS row means our row data sheet. Rows open bracket 1 and close, which means the first row. Let's go back to worksheet. Basically, entire this line, right? Our selected field going to be product, which is here, which means that our index going to be 7. Let's go back. Then our match index going to be 7 here. In here, I already printed in our match index become column index. Let's move on to last row for raw data. Scroll up again. Our last row will be equal to raw data sheet cells. The first one is row, the second one is column information. Read entire row numbers, comma, then A, our column information, point Excel up. Let me show you what it means. Let's go back to worksheet. We are in column A, right? After that, let's go to the end of the column A, which will be here. That represents up to this part. The meaning of Excel up will be following. From here, Control Shift Direction Up key, then it hit the first non-empty cell, which is row 245. That will be our last row, right? But what we want is row information, not this cell information. Let's go back, point rows, then we bring row information. In the same manner, we can search for last column as well. Last call equal to raw data worksheet cells. Column going to be the last one. Close the bracket. Point apply Excel to left column information. The idea is the same. Change from row to column up into left direction. Scroll down a bit. From here, we are going to talk about reading array part. What we are going to use will be this variable. Control C, go back. Control V here, equal to, we will choose a range in row data sheet. Start value will be here, comma, M value will be the last row and last column. Close the bracket as value. Our row start from second, which means we ignore the header part. So this part is our input for array. Now we have to redefine our output array as well, which is going to be same structure as input array. We are using redeem output array. Row part will be like this, comma. The other part will be like this, close the bracket. The next part is an initialized output row. Our output count going to be 0. After defining our array dimensionality, before moving to next coding, I prepared small section here. What we are going to do is this looping VBA code. The purpose of this part is following. This is our raw data set. The above ones are our given input value, which is 1st of January to 31st of January. What we are going to do is go to column B, read each line, and check whether it's belong to our given time range or not. If it's in, then we take it. If not, we don't take it. In case of this example, it will be 10th of January up to 30th of January. That's the purpose of the following coding. Let's go back to our coding. The next part is loading data into memory. For looping part, we are using for statement. Our row index start from 1 up to the last one. Scroll up again. To complete our for statement, next row index. The meaning of an upper bound is give an upper bound, which is highest index of the array. Here I already creating, check the date to meaning column B. Go back to worksheet. That will be this one. So this information. If that information is date format, we need to convert it, right? Raw data equal to Z date. Copy this part, Control C, Control V. That will be our raw date. A little bit of error handling. If start date is greater than 0, raw date is smaller than start date, or end date is greater than 0, raw date is greater than end date, then go to next row. We use the next row, so we have to create next row. That will be here. If the condition is out of our range, then go to next row directly without performing anything below. Else case, also go to next row directly. Before moving to next coding, I prepared this small section again. What we are going to implement will be this part. The meaning of this part is following. In previous coding, we found a valid time range from here to here. The next part is we are looking at data category. In this example, going to be price. Then we printing all relevant information of this column. Let's go back to our coding. Let's talk about column index part. If column index is greater than 0 and index is smaller or equal to upper bound, then let's get the value, selected the column and cleaned it. Cell value is equal to this value. I will apply replace and L case as well. And this part would be like this. We already done previously, so I skip that part. So up to now, we check the date ranges. And then after that, we check the column. Then we got the cell value. Before moving to next coding, I prepared this section again. What we are going to implement will be this part, apply the search logic based on selected mode. What it means is following. First, we apply the time range. Second, we find the correct data category, which is a price. Third, we will apply search mode, which is contain in this case. Our search word will be 8. There will be these two rows in the end. Let's go back to our code again. Now we are applying search logic, exact match or contain from this part. If our search mode equal to contain, the second condition will be and text search is equal to empty, or this part, then the VBA code is a bit long. I will start with this part. Search mode is equal to exact, then text search has to be exactly equal to cell value. That is OR. So all this part is one condition. And there's the other condition. If search mode is contained and also these parts are met, then we do something. So search mode is contained, the text search is empty, or in string part is greater than 0. The next part is what is in string? This is a string search function. Check if text search exists inside of cell values in column 1, performing case insensitive search. That's the meaning of this part. Then our output account is increasing by 1. Before moving to next coding, I prepare a small section again here. What we are going to have is this following code. The each column information will be putting into output array. After applying three conditions, we can find the valid information. The valid information, put it into output array. With example, this is our example before. In the end, in our output array, we will have the following two lines. Let's go back to VBA code. The next part, we have to copy each column individually to output array. Therefore, we have to use for statement. The for statement will be following. For copy call 1 to upper bound date array in second dimension. Complete for statement. Inside our output array is in this equal to date array here. Scroll up a bit here. The next part, we have to close these two if statements. So we need end if and another end if. Inside, tap one more time. Let's check whether our coding is working or not. First, let's go to worksheet. This is our given condition. 1st of January to at the end of January, bag which we are looking for, product contain with the search mode. Go back. Let's run the macro up to this point. Press F8, press F5. Now we are entering our if statements. We are already entered our looping. Our upper bound is up to 244. The first thing what we are doing for searching function, which will be whether it's stay in selected time range or not. Press F8. You see our start date is 1st of January, end day is at the end of January. However, our raw data is 1st of February in 2022. Go back to raw data sheet. Exactly that value we are talking about. Then we are having looping. Press F8. Now still 1st of February. Here you can see 3rd of February. This if statement will check whether time range is valid or invalid. For speed up, I will use F5. Come here, I click breakpoint again, press F5. So we check the right time range. Then we enter column index 7, which is our product, and which is smaller than the maximum number. Then go inside, check the value, press F8. Our value is back. Then we apply search logic here. Scroll up again. From here, when we found the right ones, after that we put them into output array. For speed up, I will put breakpoint here, press F5. After that, we put all information into our output array. The next step is we have to printing it into worksheet. Let's implementing that part. Go to reset, remove the breakpoint, go to here. Starting point will be cell A10. Go to worksheet, that will be here. Point resize array point value equal output array. The one we calculate the output array, going to put it into this location, starting from cell 10 in main sheet. Let's test it directly into worksheet. Go back to worksheet, printing it. So it's working. Let me check again. Raw data, go down. Our time range will be here to here. In case of a bag, it's only one item. Therefore, our results are correctly implemented. Let's go back. Now we complete the first search engine. Let's move on to next search function, which is called filter by time range. Go back to worksheet. The relevant part will be this part. If you click choose one of the time range, then automatically the relevant result printing it here. Let's go back. The lucky part is majority of parts are very similar to previous one. Therefore, I will speed up, scroll up again. The first part, we have to define our worksheet. Set worksheet row, which is here, equal to row data sheet. In same manner, we can define the other two worksheets as well. Set display, that will be main sheet. The last one would be reference worksheet. Press tab here. The next part, we have to define our today value. That will be this one. Simply, we can say today equal to date. The next part is we have to read input from combo box 2. Go back to worksheet. That will be this combo box. Go to developer tab, design mode, clicking it. The combo box 2 is here. We are going to take input value from this combo box. Let's go back. The relevant variable will be selected range. So we put here selected range. We apply same OLE object. So equal to OLE object combo box 2 object point value. We complete read the value from combo box 2 into VBA variable. The next part, let's talk about reset function. Let's go back to worksheet. Let's go to reference sheet. If you look at here, this cell value is easy reset value. You can clicking on or you can click off. It will be controlled by VBA. Let's go back. Let's use if statement. If easy reset is on, then and if in the middle, in our main sheet, the relevant row will be from 10 after the end. Clear the content means that if ease reset button is on, then we delete the contents. The next part here is the main difference between the first such function and the second one. In here, we are applying select statement. The main mechanism is we are looking at selected range from combo box 2, try to find the same value, then we applied inside the case statement. You can create many cases. In here, we start from F1, F2, F3, up to F12. You can see small comment here. This part will be last 3 years, last second years, previous year, and so on. From here to here is previous time range. Above ones are current time range. I will explain you the detail on time range. Let's go back to worksheet. In reference sheet, you can see time range. We are using from F1 up to F12. These values are showing in the list in combo box. No selection is our default setting. Let's have a deeper look on these time ranges. For example, I choose current day is 31st of January 2025. No selection is clear. Today is also clear. This week will be this 31st of January must be included. So Monday going to be 27th of January, Sunday 2nd of February. This month also must include 31st of January, so that'll be 1st of January up to 31st of January. In case of this quarter is 1st January, February, March. This year means entire 2025. Scroll down a bit. In case of previous time range is following. In this case, we are excluding 31st in entire ranges. Here gonna be previous week. That will be 20th of January to 26th of January. Previous months going to be December 2024. Previous quarter going to be October, November, December in 2024. In same manner, you can apply. Let's go back to VBA. Depending on predefined time ranges, VBA also implemented correspondingly. For example, this week, start date plus 6, you can find it. In case of this year means we start from this year, apply including today until 31st of December this year. After finishing all these 12 different time ranges, also including else cases, after finishing select case statement, we are able to find start date, end date, depending on selected time range. Before bring the value, we cleaned up previous result, which is the same formula as previous one, so I skip it. From this part, below are almost same as previous search function logic. We are finding last row, last column. Then we set up our array from cell second in row datasheet, cell from second row in first column up to last row and last column. Within applying it again, initializing our output count. From here, we are applying looping part, which is almost the same as previous approach. In here also, we based on column 2, which is B column, converted date variable will be cell data. Later, we put it into output array from data array, then move on next row and so on. In case of this line is updating our header values, which is row 9. In here, we are finally printing our array value from output array into this location, which start from cell A10 in main sheet. The range will be controlled by resize function here as value. If there's no proper data, we sending message box. After that, we complete our sub here. Let's testing it, whether it's working or not. Go back to worksheet. As expected, I will go here, choose one of the item. Nothing happened. I will try again. Still nothing happened. The reason is following. If a user is using one of the function, this action has to link with the relevant VBA code, which is the second search function. Let's make a connection now. Go to Developer tab, click Design Mode, double click this one, then automatically it create new sub. The first part called Object. Our object is Combo Box 2. The second part is Procedure. This is defining what kind of action it will be. So the object combo box 2 is changing. Then something will happen inside. Let's create some coding here. Some space here. We need to define variable. Deem selected range as string. Second one will be defining worksheet. The variable which we create will be used for main, which is the same as what we done before. Let's read the selected range, right? Equal to combo box object value. After defining our two variables, let's link with the search function tool. If selected range is not empty, and also sheet number 2, cell row 7 and column second, which is reset function, is off, then and if go to search function, scroll up again, copy this name, Control C, go back to sheet 1, call this sub. Let's check whether it's working or not. Go back to worksheet, off design mode. Go here, I will choose this year. Now it's working. Let's testing again. It's working. We complete the action of worksheet with the relevant VBA. As the next part, I would like to update a bit our function. So for example, if you click here and the mouse cursor is here and highlighted it, I would like to put mouse cursor somewhere here. That looks much nicer. Second option would be before starting new search, I would like to remove previous output result. Let's add in these two functions in VBA. Go back to VBA. Go here, make some space. Let's add in this code, which we already made it in the previous section. So I just copy and pasted it. Our worksheet, which is main, from row 10 afterward will be cleaned. The other part, put our cursor outside of the combo box. In here, let's add this code, which is activating cell A10. Let's go back and check. Click here, I will choose previous week. You can see our cursor is selected at cell A10. Now we complete the connecting part for such function 2. In the same manner, I would like to give some function for here as well. In this case, after inserting text here, hit the enter button. I would like to activate our search function 1 VBA. Of course, we want to keep this click and activate part as well. Let's click design mode. Select here, this is text box 3. Double clicking it. Then we are already in this mode. Go to here, procedure, select key down. The previous one, let's remove it. Let's add some code here. If our key code, here is the key code, equal to VA key return then we call filter and display data. After that, Control C, Control V, put our mouse cursor outside. And if, let's go back, off design mode. Let's test it. Go here, this year. Then I will select 30, remove 30 and hit enter button. Then now it's working. Just in case I would like to have double click also work as well. Let's go back to VBA. Go to procedure, select double click, Control C, this part, Control V, done. Let's go back to worksheet. Click design mode. This is our combo box 1. After combo box 1 is selected, I would like to put cursor outside here. Come here, this is our combo box 3. Also, same manner, if I changed my value, then our cursor put outside. I want to have these two functions as well. Let's double click inside combo box 1, Control C, Control V, copy again, Control C, Control V, combo box 3 as well. Go back to worksheet, switch off design mode. Let's test it. Quantity, cursor is here. Exact match, cursor become there. So it's working as well. Now let's talk about text box 1 and 2, which is start day and end day. Go to developer tab, click design mode. If you click, you can see text box 1, text box 2. What we are going to do is, what if we select this value here? After that, this value going to printing into sheet 2 in here. Start day going to be start day, end day going to be end day. Secondly, after entering it, our cursor will be stay here. Let's adding that part into VBA code. Let's start with the text box 1, double clicking it. Automatically, we create text box 1 here. First, copy this part, Control C, Control V. We already complete the cursor movement. Second, let's add the value from text box into worksheet 2. Location will be sheet 2, cell B1, equal to text box 1, object text. Let's make for text box 2, which is end day. Control V here. There will be 2, cell B2, text box 2 here. Let's go back. Off design mode. In reference sheet, both are empty at the moment. I will change the date here. 1st of February. At the end of February. Let's go back here. we can see the value are changing now. So I'm clear of it. So I change the color into white. Now you can see, which means that we have to update a bit. Once we change the date, automatically these dates are changing, which means that this part also become empty and reprinting it. Let's go back to VBA. Go to here. First, let's make cell B1 and B2 clear contents. Also, we can make the empty text box 1 and also text box 2. I think we complete all VBA for sheet 1. Let's move on for next function. That will be reset. Double click here. Scroll down a bit. What we are going to do is we are going to define the worksheet, error handler, clean up the field, and so on. As usual, I will start with define worksheet. I did it quickly because we done several times here. Next part is reading header from column G, which is a 7th column. What it means that, let's go back to worksheet. In raw data sheet, if you extended it up to 7, that's 7. That value we are going to read. This will be default setting for data category. We will define it when we click reset button. That will be in this location. Column G hat equal to first row, 7th column. The next part, when we activate our reset action, is reset part would be on. The code will be sheet 2, 7th row, 2nd column is equal to on. Go back to worksheet, 7th row, 2nd column, that will be on, like that. Go back. We will clean up all combo boxes or text boxes as empty. We can start with worksheet display, which is main sheet, and with point OLE object text box 1 object text equal to empty. In same manner, I will extend it further. Text box 2, text box 3. In same manner, we can also apply for combo box 1, 2, 3. In case of 3, we start with contain. Also, let's clean up as well after row 10. The next part, let's clean up start date, end date as well in worksheet. So cell B1 and B2. Now let's move on for combo box 1 cases. Our combo box 1 is data category. In here, let's have small error handler. If our G header part is not empty, and also combo box 1 object text and column G header is not equal to, then go here and if after this, our combo box 1 object value will be equal to column G header. Let's scroll up again. As an optional part, you can make speed up your calculation. First, adding this one, application screen updating. Also, application calculation is manual. At the end, we are switching back again. We can add application of calculation back to automatic. Update screen going to be true again. We complete the reset function as well. Let's go back and check. I will start with a quick check. Click here, previous week. Clicking it, nothing happened. Let's check what is the problem. If you go back to reset function, in here actually we have to add reset flag off because we only start reset function is on, and after complete our reset function, it has to be switched off. Let's copy entire this one, Control V, change into OFF. Let's go back, testing again, reset, click, previous week, now it's working. Reset again, click here, 1st of January, Click here at the end of February. Clicking it, also working well. Under this condition, I will go quantity, then choose 3, clicking it. It's working. I will go 5, enter. Also, enter button is working. Reset again. I think we complete the reset function. The last part, I want to have one more thing. Do you remember populating this list here and here and here? I would like to populate when Excel file is open. Let's go back to VBA. Let's go to this workbook. You can call this workbook open, and then you can call this 3 populating VBA. Then we are done here. Let's go back to VBA. I think we complete the ultimate search function. Once you set up this, you don't worry about VLOOKUP or any calendar day or location of order excepting column B. Just click and you can filter or extract the data which you want to see. Thank you for watching. See you next time.